Hey guys, happy Thursday. We have almost made it a week back after spring break, so yay. I know the first week back is always harder, it seems like, because we're out of our groove. But today we're going to be starting topic 13. We're going to do 13.1, which is, it starts with page 710 on your practice sheet. So that's what I'm going to start going over today. You should have already done your solve and share and watched your visual learning bridge. So I'm going to jump in talking about our visual learning bridge. But before I get started, I just want to go over our learning target today real quick. It is I can tell time to the hour. And that's what we're going to be doing. And you guys are really awesome at this. You can look at a clock and you can tell me what hour it is. So we're just going to be working with that today. Okay, so the visual learning bridge, the first box says the shorthand is the hour hand. The hour hand tells us what hour it is. And they give you a picture of a clock that looks like this. Okay, and if you can see, my shorthand is my red hand. And my red hand is pointing to the 3. And my long hand, which is the minute hand, is pointing to the 12. So this would be 3 o'clock. Okay? So we just kind of went over box 2, talked about the minute hand. The minute hand tells the minutes. So anytime this minute hand is on the 12, which we talked about this in our vocabulary cards yesterday, anytime this minute hand is on the 12, we say o'clock. So this would be 3 o'clock. And if I changed it, if I changed the hour hand but I kept the minute hand the same, this would read 5 o'clock. Do you see that? Anytime this minute hand is on this 12 at the top, you say o'clock, no matter what the hour hand is on. So this would be 8 o'clock. Okay? All right, so let's just go ahead and get started. Now for number 1, the clock on your paper or screen looks like this. Do you see that? Okay, so the first thing it asks us, that first blank says hour hand. Well, the hour hand is the shorter hand. So which one of these is the shorter hand? The red one. So we're going to look at the red one. What is our red one? What is our red hand pointing to? Our hour hand. It's pointing to the 4. So on my paper or on your screen, either way, and I've got them written out right here. If you can see that, I'm going to be working with number 1. So on number 1, on my first blank by hour hand, I'm just going to write the number 4 because that's what the hour hand was pointing to. And now it wants to know the minute hand. The minute hand. What is that minute hand pointing to? The minute hand is the long hand. The long hand is pointing to the 12. So on that second blank, you're going to write 12. So far, you should have 4, 12 underneath, and then the last one, you're just going to write the hour, and then it's got the words o'clock written behind it. So this is 4 o'clock, okay? It's just another way to write it. So it's 4 o'clock. Let's go on to number 2. I'm going to go ahead and erase number 1 so we don't get confused. Okay, number 2. Your clock looks like this. Okay. So we're going to look at our hour hand first. Remember, my red hand, my hour hand is pointing to the 9. So my first blank, I'm going to write a 9. You can go ahead and do that with me. Okay, now the second blank, the minute hand. Well, the minute hand is on what again? Do you see that minute hand? The long hand is pointing to again? The 12. Good job. So on that second blank, minute hand, write your 12. And now if we look at this clock, it reads, what time is it? 9 o'clock. So all you're going to do on that blank, all you have to fill in right here is a 9. You just need to write a 9. Okay? Because remember, we can to show o'clock, we can either write it out, o'clock, or you could show it in digital time like this. But this is tomorrow's lesson, writing it in digital. And we're moving on to number 3. Number 3, your clock looks like this right here. Okay, let's look at that hour hand. Our short red hand points to the number 3. So the hour hand says 3. And my minute hand, the long hand, is pointing to what number? Good, it's still pointing to the 12th. So that lets me know that it is what time? Look at it one more time, see if you can tell me. It's going to be 3 o'clock, okay? So on that last line at the bottom, all you need to do is fill in your 3. And I apologize, you can't really see that 3. Let me rewrite that. 3 o'clock. Okay. All right, guys. Pretty easy lesson today. Like I said, we do this with Simple Solutions almost every day, if not every couple days. So you should be very familiar with this and using the clock. So everything today should be going, the minute hand should be on the 12, so it should be whatever o'clock. You are going to have to draw the hands. Just make sure when you are drawing the hands on the clock, like if I want to draw 2 o'clock, and I apologize, you guys know I'm not an artist. So if I want to draw 2 o'clock, and this is my clock, I need to make sure that my short hand points to the 2, and my long hand, the minute hand, points to the 12. So if I do this, this cannot be right because both of my hands are the same size. You got to make sure that whatever hand is your hour hand is shorter. And you need to be able to recognize that it is shorter. So see, now you can tell that my hour hand, my short hand, is pointing to the 2, and my long hand, my minute hand, is pointing to the 12. So just make sure that you are doing accurate hands when you draw it. So you may have to have a little have a little extra time just to draw the hands, okay, on your clock. But I think that's really the only issue that you might have with this lesson. So we're going to do all of the problems 4 through 16. When you get finished, have your parents email or text me a picture of your work, okay, and make sure you complete your online stuff. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.